This is an introduction to harmonics. Many of you who are my pupils know these as magic notes, or you first learnt them as magic notes. The reason that they're magic is because we very lightly touch the string in a certain place. It has to be right on the right spot and it makes a magic fluty kind of noise. So imagine that your finger is as light as a feather, and we're going to use our little finger for this. And if you place it just literally a couple of centimetres or less above the end of the violin body here, you have to find exactly the right spot, so you might have to move it around a bit. And if you imagine your finger is as light as a feather and it's just come to rest on the string, and you don't touch it with anything else, just your fingertip, and play with a sort of medium fast bow stroke, you get this lovely magical sound. And if we move that over now to the A string, I'm just hopping over in the same spot, just rotating my elbow underneath, further underneath the body of the violin. That's a harmonic on the A string, and here's the D string, and here's G. So I'm going to talk a little bit about why that happens. So it's all very clever and sciencey, and it's to do with physics. So if we take the length of the string vibrates at a certain pitch, and the vibrations go through the bridge and down the soundpost and into the body of the violin, and it makes the air vibrate, and the air vibrates all the way to your eardrum, which makes your eardrum vibrate, and that's what makes us hear the sound. And if you look at your lower strings when you're playing the open strings, you'll see a big wobble on the strings. So if you look at the G string, I don't know whether you can see, but it's really wobbling backwards and forwards. The thicker the string, the easier it is to see. Anyway, when we put our little finger halfway on the string like that, and we get the harmonic there, that's actually the halfway point between the bridge and the end of the string. So that makes the note 1 octave higher because we've split the string in half. So that pitch is kind of doubled in value, if you like, and creates an octave higher, 8 notes higher. Okay. Now, if we half that length again, and we put our finger it's pretty well, it's not approximate, it's definitely, but if we put it where our third finger goes, that's pretty much a quarter length of the string. So if we have a listen to that now. Wow. Now that's just gone 2 octaves higher. So if we move that across, we can hear what it's like on the A string. And then, okay, and that's called, all these are open harmonics, and later on I'll show you how we do stopped harmonics. But for today, we're just going to study these open harmonics. So the first one here is an octave higher, and down here where your third finger goes is 2 octaves higher. That's a bit harder to do, to achieve, especially on the E string, so we have to get the exact right point, and we have to move the bow fairly quickly to get the string to really vibrate and work like that. So a little bit of practice on doing that is always worthwhile. Now, the magic thing is that the same thing happens if we cut the half again from this half upwards to this quarter up here. So and the really interesting and wonderful, I think, is that it's the exact same note. So down here is the same note as up here. So there it is, look. It's almost, not quite, but at the very top of your fingerboard, there's just a tiny little bit, like a centimetre or so to go. And we've got, whoops, and then the same on the A string, D string and G string. You can have quite a lot of fun with those. So you can slide from this one, slide up. See if you can go from the bottom one to the top one, making the right sound. It's a bit tricky, but it's fun. Okay, so have a go at those. And when you think you've got those 3 on each string, have a go at composing your own tune just using harmonics. And you can have a go at singing. That's a good way of practicing them. Sometimes we get some squeaks with them, I must admit. Even I get some squeaks with them, and other friends of mine who play professionally. So the more practice you can do on your harmonics, the better. The next thing is that if you want to find some more, there are others. And if you play your fourth finger as a harmonic in first position, you get some others. If you put that an octave higher and you play the B an octave higher from that, you play that one, you get the same note. So there we go. That's all very interesting stuff, isn't it? So when we play it down here, that is an octave higher. But when we play it up here, it's a harmonic there. But when we stop the note, it's the same pitch. So quite bizarre. And as I say, I think it's very interesting too. So have an experiment. There are others really, really up high. There's a lot you can slide up and down to. But I think we'll perhaps deal with that another time. Leave you wanting more. So next one will be stopped harmonics. So have a look out for that if you feel ready. Bye.